All right, guys, so let's take a look. Here's what the book says. Again, always start on one side, so it doesn't matter whether it's going to be the driver's or the passenger. The book will tell you to go ahead and start on, it looks like the driver's side. So number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you, and this is why this book is very valuable. Okay, you can take a look. There's 4 steps on the process. 111 foot-pounds or pounds-foot of torque, 184, and then the part where it gets really fun is going to be your 90 torque turn plus the additional 90 torque turn. So right now we're going to do just the simple part, which is the 110, and again we're going to start on one side, move our way to the other, and you're going to go evenly. Okay, that's just the way I was taught to do it, and that's the way I've always done it, and I've had pretty good success with it. So again, we're going to take our torque out. We're going to get to 111. I don't know why it says 111 versus, let's see what we have here. So 100, 5, 10, right around there. So 110, I just rounded it down. 1 foot-pound or 1 pound-foot of torque is not going to make a difference. All right, let's take a look. Ready, Tony? Le doy. All right, guys. So there's our socket that we need. You can actually use this one. It doesn't have to be anything bigger than a 1/2 inch. Once you get to the bigger torques, you can go from there. So again, 111. So you're just gonna torque, a little on the left, a little on the right. Then you're gonna proceed to the next one. Now you're gonna do it again. So there's number 1, move on to number 2. Okay, should be nice, smooth. Look at that. No binding, no restrictions, nothing like that. Okay, look at that. Our bearings, our thrust wash bearings are right there, or our thrust bearings. ¿Cómo se siente bien? Look at that, smooth. So that's good. Now we're gonna move on to the next one, which is gonna be 184 pounds-foot of torque, or foot-pounds of torque, however you want to say it. Tomato, doesn't matter. So there's 175, 80. You can round up on this one, 185. I think you'll be fine. Yep. All right. ¿Quieres darle? Ready? 185. ¿Quieres dar? ¿Quieres que tenga el bloque en caso? A ver, bueno, dale. Dale poquito de un lado del otro, igual. So I'm going to give you a different view. I'm going to have my guy Tony here help me out. Dale al otro. Again, switch sides. Don't just start cocking it over to one side. Nice and even. What you do on one side, do to the other side. There you go. This one should be right here. And again, always start on the same side, whether it's the passenger side or it's the driver's side. Always start on the same side. Okay. Now we got that. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rotate the engine, and you can actually rotate it by hand. A ver, mueve tu mano, papá. See? Careful, these edges are sharp, so you can rotate it by hand. Look at that. Nice, free See? Look at that. Okay, so that's good. That's definitely a good sign, and that's why you lubricate the shit out of it. All right, guys. So we're gonna go the other way. Nothing will happen. All right, so now I'm gonna set everything up to start the 90 degrees. All right, guys, so we got all this cleaned up on the outside, and the reason why I'm doing that is because we have to mark our turn, our 90-degree turn plus the additional 90-degree turn. It's a lot easier when it's clean. Now I know obviously this is a new engine or a cleaned up engine, so just go ahead and do that. Let's get that marker and start getting it all going. Okay, guys, so again, we already took care of step A, step B, okay? First step is 111 foot-pounds, second step is 184, and the last two steps is 90 plus the additional 90, okay? That's where it's gonna get really fun. So what I always like to do, again, these are what these little markers are for, is we are going to mark our starting point, okay? We're always gonna start on one end, and again, you're gonna do the same thing on every single one. This is just the way I do it. Again, whatever works for you. If you have a torque wrench, that's gonna have the little digital method of measurement, that's fine. Again, if not, this is a great way to do it. So you, okay, same thing, you're gonna mark. This is, again, the starting point. This is not the ending point. Starting, I always start off on the ends, okay? I use kind of the cap. The cap has a little bit of a groove on it. You can see that there where my finger's pointing. That's where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna mark the same thing on the other side, okay? Make a difference. Okay, so that's our starting point. Now let's go ahead and start doing our 90 degree. Okay, so there's our starting. 90 degrees is going to be a quarter turn, and I usually just mark it right there. Okay, same thing. You're going to mark it. So what's going to happen is once you start turning it, okay, this one, your starting point will end up on the first 90 degree mark. Okay, and then once you're done, it'll end up on the second 90 degree. So essentially it's like a clock. It's just going to go in quarter turn increments. Okay. So if you can see where my pen is, again, starting and then ending the first one. Starting, ending the first, starting, ending the first. And again, that's what you're gonna do on both sides, okay? Okay, so that's gonna be our first one, and then our last one, which is where we're gonna end up, is gonna be right in the center. Okay, this is kind of why I like to do it this way, because when you start here, you're gonna end there, which is, again, 90 plus 90 gives you your half turn. Same thing here, okay? You're always gonna end up in the center. And again, it's just easier that way, so if you ever walk away from it, same thing, okay? Now I showed you the sockets that we're gonna use. At this point, you could use a long torque wrench. They're pretty expensive, but you know, if you don't have one, this is a great way to do it. I'm gonna show you that right now in a second. Okay. And last one. Okay, so we're all done. Everything is marked up. Everything is showing you where we're starting, where it's ending, and we're always going to start at the number one saddle and work our way back. All right, ready? Oh yeah, hold on. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to start with our torque. This is our torque wrench. We're going to do the 90, and I think that's equivalent to about 400 foot-pounds, plus or minus. So we're going to put that on our little handy dandy thing and go from there. Ready? Helps when you have two people. You could use a torque multiplier, but Those things aren't cheap, so right now I'm definitely not using a torque multiplier. I don't know if you can get that. All right. Vamos al otro. Espérate. And again, always go even so you can see, look, this was our starting point. This is where we're gonna end. This is where we are now. So again, white paint works out really nice. You can see everything. And again, this is on the outside, so underneath, I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Trust me, I've done it before. A ver, espérate. See, there we go. So we're almost reaching our point. And again, go even. So a little bit on the left and a little bit on the right. That's just the way I try to do it, and that's the way I was taught to do it. Had pretty good luck and success. Al otro. Ahí está. Okay, so you can see there, I'm gonna pull this out for a second. We already hit 90 on the first one, so it's actually not 400 foot-pounds. It's more like 350, maybe 375. But that point is really mute because, or it's moot because, dale, más es poquito. Ahí está. Oh, what do you know? It is probably around 400 foot-pounds. So the first saddle's done. We're gonna work our way to the second, and we're gonna continue to do that all the way down to the end. Once we do so, we're gonna rotate the engine again, and then get ready to do the last torque, which is gonna be the last 90 degrees. Ahí está. Get you a better view of what I'm looking at. Vamos al otro. A ver, espérate. Ahí está, ¿no? ¿O le falta? All right, a little more. Ahí está. Ok, ya falta este. Ahí está. This third step, which is going to be C, 90-degree torque turn. Now the final one's going to be a 90-degree torque turn, and that's the last and final one. Again, this is what you're going to want to do is you can turn it over by hand. Look at that. See, nice. Hopefully the camera can show that. Nice and smooth. There's no binding. Okay, doesn't matter which direction we're going to rotate, but that's what you want to see. Okay, there we go. Now some of you guys are going to say, well, this is easy because it's outside. Even if we're inside, okay, I would still have the ratchet on the back. I would bar over the engine. I would do the exact same thing. It's a little more time consuming, but again, you're verifying that you have everything nice and smooth, nothing is binding. Okay guys, so this is where torque multiplier comes in handy. This is what we do here in our shop since we don't have a torque multiplier. Okay, we use that ratchet, old school, older than Jesus, and you need a nice pipe to get that that leverage. Got it? Hold on guys, little technical difficulties here. All right, so now we're in the on position and we're ready to go. Okay, this works even if you're up underneath. What we usually do when we're doing rod and main bearings or anything like that, we usually get the bumper out of the way on a Freightliner Cascadia. 6 bolts, 8 bolts, it's out of your way. You have a lot more room to swing this around. Okay, so you can see that, see what we're doing. Okay, other one. And again, we're just going to continue this same way we did the first steps. It's really inconvenient, but again, more leverage you have, easier it is to turn it. Maybe in the future I'll invest in a torque multiplier, make my life a little bit easier so I don't have to do something like this. But till then, this is the way we're doing it. Okay. Vamos a brincar el otro, other one. Whoa, hold on. Go for it. Shit. It's not gonna work, huh? Hold on, guys. More technical difficulties. Stand. A ver qué puedo hacer yo para detenerlo. Por eso no lo quise en las paletas. Pero bueno. Ahí va. There we go. See guys, I don't know if you can see that. We're almost there. A little more. Otro poquito más. Un pelito. Ahí está bien. That's good. Next. Ready, Tony. There we go. See, we're gonna match it up and un pelito, casi nada. Ahí está. Okay, so number 1 saddle is done. And again, we're gonna do the same thing all the way through to the number 7. Rotate it, and we are done. That's pretty much gonna conclude this video. So here we go. Al otro, other one, back to the first one. All right. All right, right there. Last one, el último, okay? Más falta ahí, estás como un cuarto. Otro. Casi nada. Right there, that's it. All right guys, we are all done. As you can see, everything is lined up. Okay, everything is matching up. Now what we're gonna do is give it a nice little turn. Again, you can do this by hand, or use, obviously if it's installed in the truck, you can do it differently. But again, at this point, you should have a nice, free, turning, spinning, rotating crankshaft. Okay, doesn't matter what direction you're gonna go. Look at that, there we go. Nice, even. Everything is torqued the way it should be and ready to go. So we're gonna flip this over. That's pretty much done for this video. If you guys have any questions, as always, hit me up. I try to get back to everybody right away. You know, I do what I can. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.